Hello, in this Android emulator video, I'm going to show you how to set up CitraMMJ, which is a 3DS emulator. So I've already done a video on the original Citra, so this is like a branch of that, and it is one of the more recommended ones. The performance is really good on a lot of games. The original version still has better performance on certain games, so it's worth trying both. So if you try a game and it doesn't work with the MMJ version or it's not as good, try the original. It may work better with that. Otherwise, I recommend that you stick with MMJ. And just to let you know, this video is for educational purposes and it is not condoning piracy. I own the games that I'll be trying, and I own a 3DS as well. To install it, you can't just go to the Play Store, because if you go there, CitraMMJ as of right now is not on there. You have to go to your web browser, and if you literally just Google CitraMMJ and go down, go to the wiki page, just click download the GitHub link and click X on that. I'll provide a link directly to the GitHub page if you just want to go down that route. Click releases if it doesn't already take you to that page, and just go to the latest release. So right now it is this version, and just click on Citra_MMJ_ whatever the version is. So that's a date, so that's 2022, 14th of February. So that is just literally just a few hours ago. Is a very new version. Click that, the APK. Don't need the storage access one. I'll click download again because I've already got it. And if I scroll down, click on it and click install. That's installed now, and we can play our games. So easy way to identify, the different Citra is the original version has a white background. The MMJ has a yellow background on the icon, just right, here. So as you can see, so that's it right there. Also, I've got a game. If I in my games folder, 3DS, I've got a .3ds file, which is a decrypted 3DS game. They are recommended, and a .cia. I've actually had better luck installing CIA files on the MMJ version, which we'll be using now, than on the original. So that's another benefit of this. And it supports other formats like CCI, for example, and the others. If I open up Citra and click allow, and nothing yet. If I go to the installed version, because I've already installed, a CCI file, it appears right here. If I go to the three dots, you can go to input binding, and I can change the input for one of them. Let's say for A, if you have a controller connected, like an Xbox or a PlayStation controller, you can map it here. As I don't, I'm not going to do anything. I'm going to go back, go three dots. There's combo key settings, so you can do combos, which is pretty cool. And you can install CIA. From here, you would just go to your CIA file, so games, 3DS, select it, click OK, and it'll start installing it. This one, Warrior World, which is about a gig, takes a bit of time. If it's like 100 meg, it'll be a lot faster. And okay, so you can install CIA. You can refresh the library from here. I'll just drag it down. You can click this like CPU kind of icon, which is the settings. Make sure enable, use dual core is enabled. Screen layout, I'm just going to stick with default, which has the top one at the top, bottom at the bottom. You can do single screen, which will just be the big screen. Do large screen, which will be the main screen will be large and the other one will be smaller, or side by side screen. So it's like left and right instead of top and bottom. And internal resolution, I recommend checking this out once you know that the game is working fine. Once you've got the game working fine, up the internal resolution and see if your device can handle it. I've got a Galaxy Fold, which is pretty powerful, and I know I can up the internal resolution on certain games. And show FPS, which is great to see how well it's running. You can disable it if you don't want it. Enable hardware shader, and leave this the accurate multiplication. You can activate it, but you can slow down some games. Again, leave most of this as default. So if you know about custom textures, feel free to enable that. And you can do 3D as well. You can enable new 3DS mode. So the new 3DS consoles have, better hardware. Certain games only start on new 3DS and certain games run better. So feel free to do that. You can change the emulated region, system language, theme. So it's a default audio output. and enable audio stretching. You can change the microphone type, so you can either have constant static noise pumping, so that way if the mic is used you'll just get some sort of sound, or the real device, which is the mic on top of it. So that way, which is quite nice, that you can use the microphone feature, but if you are concerned about privacy, you don't have to have the real device used. Same with the camera, you can have a still image or actually use the camera. And that's really it for the settings. And you can click the three dots, reset settings as well. If I click plus, and this is where you can, install, for example, and you can install CIA here, which is what I've done. And we can add a folder now, which can have CCI, CXI, 3ds, or 3dsx files. And click add folder. So mine is in games, 3ds, okay, picks up the game. If I do a long press, we can edit cheats, and we can enable 60 FPS mode, which is pretty darn cool. We can edit as well. Let's just launch it up. Okie dokie. So, just waiting for it to load up so I can actually continue. And I've already got some saved data, and I can use my finger on the bottom half of it to actually just use the other touchscreen. So as you can see, it is running and it is working. If I was to click the back button on my device, or activate the back, which is using a swipe, we can go to settings, edit button, so we can move them around. For example, I'll leave it as roughly where it was. We can rotate screen, cheat codes, multiply if you want as well. So yeah, that's really it. I'll turn the volume down. So yeah, that's it. That's how you install CitraMMJ. I'm just going to play a bit longer. I'll keep it recording so you can see it working, but it's super simple. It's just not on the Play Store yet. So once it gets on the Play Store, hopefully that will make it a lot better. Okay, as you can see, I'm moving around. I can do everything that I need to do. Performance is, I'll say, a tad better than the regular Citra for this Maryland. Obviously, it just depends on the game. So yeah, that is it. If you have any questions, feel free to join the Discord group. There's a link in the description. If you like the video, give it a like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next emulator video. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.